ಸರಿ ಆಫೀಸಲ್ಲಿ ಇದ್ದರೆ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಗಾಡಿ ನಿಲ್ಲಿಸಿದ್ವಿ ನಾವು. ಸೊ ನಾನು ಸರ್ವಪತಿ ಶಂಕರ್ನ ತುಮಕೂರು ಬಂದಿದ್ದೆ, ಅದಕ್ಕೋಸ್ಕರ ಬಿಡಿ ಬರಲ್ಲ. ಓಕೆ, ಥ್ಯಾಂಕ್ ಯು. ಕೇಳಿ ಜನ ಫೋನ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಗಾಡಿ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಕೇಳಿದೆ, ಅದು ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಲೀವ್ ಅಂತ ಕೇಳಿದೆ.
ವಿನಾಯಕಂ ಭಜ ಗಜಾನನಂ ವಿನಾಯಕಂ ಭಜ ಗಜಾನನಂ ವಿನಾಯಕಂ ಭಜ ಗಜಾನನಂ.
Now I request Mr. Taranath sir to address the gathering.
Namaste and good morning to everybody. Seeking the blessings of the Sri Sri Siddhiganga Swamiji, respected guest on the dais, Dr. Channabasappa ji, Dr. Ramamurthy, Dr. Shivakumaraya, Dr. H.S. Jaina, Dr. N.R. Sunita and Dr. Jairam. My dear students, it's indeed privilege for me to be addressing such a wonderful audience and also present my thoughts and share my thoughts and share my experience in this wonderful event. And indeed, to be part of this event in a prestigious institute like Siddhiganga Institute who is contributing in a very, very wonderful way to the community, to the society, to the state, and to our nation. It's my privilege. Thank you all for that, and thanks Madam Sunita ji to give me an opportunity for this wonderful occasion. I would like to share a few points of my experience in this limited time. I hope that could contribute to you all in whatever the best way possible. I understand that you all are preparing yourself to go to the industry. You all are ready to go to the industry. Some of you are in the final semesters and some of you are in the very near to the final semesters. So I would like to share my thoughts in three ways. One is that what is that you should look, how you should look towards the industry, what is that you should look towards the industry, and how do you prepare towards the industry, and what does the industry need from you, and what in terms of the technology, what are the changes happening which is going at a very, very, very faster way, faster speed today. So these are the 3 points that I would like to cover. And in coming to what is that you should prepare for the industry, I would like to summarize that in 4 points. That is, how do you focus towards the industry when you start moving out of the industry, and when you take up the challenges in the new arena, that new space that you step out of the colleges and you start building your own career in terms of new employment or new business, anything that you would like to do. What are the challenges that you face, and what is going to change in your life? How the attitude is going to change? What difference that makes to you when you face new challenges? And the next thing that I would like to focus on, the very important thing, you should have a service motto. So that's one point I would like to emphasize. And the last but not the least is that how do you consistently upgrade yourself when you go to the industry? As Dr. Ramamurthy sir mentioned, the learning is never ending till we go to the last moment, last breath. The learning is one lovely thing that I would like to do every time, because that gives me immense pleasure, that gives me immense knowledge, that exposes me to a lot of stuff that I've always tried in my life. I always want to learn. So I would request all of you to upgrade yourself in terms of new technologies, parallel technologies that's happening in your own field and in the parallel fields. So coming to the first point, the focus. See, it is the choice, it is the choose that we should choose what we want to do in our life. See, nowadays, 70s or 60s or 70s, we hardly had any options in our life. Now today, you youngsters have a lot of options in your life. So it is that you want to choose. I believe that you all from the computer background, computer science and information science and MCA. So you must be in a dilemma. You must be in a kind of whether to choose the IT or non-IT. Within IT, what do you want to choose? Whether you want to choose the development, system administration, or security, or surveillance, or storage, networking area. So I would request you to choose something and prepare towards that. That preparation should start from at least from 6 months to 1 year. That you should start preparing yourself where you want to go, how you want to go, and how you should educate yourself, how you should certify yourself, how you should upgrade yourself. I say this because I have been to a lot of youngsters who come out with a lot of distinction, which is theoretical distinction they come with. But when we give them an option to code a little bit of small fundamental stuff, they have difficulties, they have challenges, they have hard time, because they have not practiced, they have not prepared. So I would request you to focus and prepare yourself, because there is nothing called luck in my life. I always see the luck is the meeting point between the preparation and an opportunity. If you don't prepare, and you will never meet an opportunity, so thereby there is no luck. In my world, personally, I keep saying that there is no luck. If I prepare for an opportunity to meet, then there is a luck. You can have that down. So please prepare yourself. To prepare yourself, you should be focused what you want to choose. So choose and prepare. And there are a lot of opportunities for you to prepare nowadays. It is not like olden days, and you are blessed with so much of options in life, and that could lead to possibly a problem of indecisiveness. Whether I choose this or decide that or decide this, choose. If you are going for a coding, you choose to get certifications on whatever it is, whether it is Java, C++. There are a lot of user groups available on the net. Start participating in those user groups, and there are a lot of certifications available in the industry. Maybe Qt, maybe C++, maybe Linux user groups, or maybe Apple user groups. There are a lot of certifications. You must focus on those user groups, participate in those user groups. Even coming to networking, security, everything is available today on the open source community. So please choose, upgrade yourself. That is the focus that you should. So when you go to any industry, you are ready. You are ready in terms of distinctions. You are ready in terms of practicals. So that is what I would like to cover. And the second thing is the attitude. When you step into a new space in your life, there are a lot of challenges in your life. So when there are challenges in life, there comes an attitude in place. How do you face this? Whether you get it demoralized or you take it as a challenge. And understand that the life presents you a challenge because it wants to bring a growth in your life. Please understand, all difficulties in our life come to us because they want to present a beautiful opportunity for us to grow. If you move beyond that challenges, if you have a positive attitude, do not try any backdoor entries. Do not try any malpractices in your life. Try, be very positive and understand if there is a challenge, if there is a difficulty in your life, it has come to you because it wants to bring a growth in your life. Come over that in a very positive way and you will see that you grow. Because you grow to handle a bigger and bigger problem, you have to face challenge after challenge. So you should have a very good attitude and aptitude also for that. The next is the service. When I say service, I don't expect you to start a service industry, or I don't expect you to do something, charitable business. But when I say service, you should have a value addition in your life. You should think of value, how you add a value in anything, everything that you do in your life. That may be serving your own parents, that may be serving your brothers, sisters, friends, your gurus, your faculty members. Anything that you do in your life, please add a value to that. Because it is the service that brings lot credit back to your life. Wherever you are doing, whatever you are doing in your life, you should have a service motto. The service, when I say service, you may find somebody on the street who needs your help. Nowadays, there are exceptions, there are a lot of challenges to serve people also, but you should choose carefully what to do, what not to do, especially when you are traveling on highways. So you should be able to serve people who needs the help. So, and you will definitely reap that benefit somewhere in your life from an unexpected sources. In my point of view, serving is something that we sow as seeds and reap it somewhere else. So this, I would like to share my experience in life. Probably if you go from Tumkur to Tiptur or Shimoga, you find a lot of trees which eat a lot of fruits. Lot of fruits on the highways. So I see a lot of cars parked over there, and people from city that are taking all this fruits. Maybe mango, maybe some other fruits, maybe jackfruits, or maybe different fruits. We did not plant those fruits. Those trees were planted by somebody else, maybe my ancestors, maybe my friends. So we are going to reap that, right? So why don't we plant more and more trees by way of service? So our posterities, our children are going to reap that benefits. So on the same way, I would like to share an experience. During my naval days, when I was about to retire from the Indian Navy after 15 years, we could seek a voluntary retirement from the Indian Navy, and we hardly get that permission to get voluntary retirement because people say that, it is a hard-working guys. No, you are an asset to the country. You should serve at least 21 years. I already completed 15 years. I was just married. So wherever I go, wherever the port that I went, given a kind of, the substandard soil, reclaimed soil is given to us. So in Visakhapatnam, which was a very new port, we were given about 200 acres of reclaimed land. Reclaimed land means it's practically a sea, and all the garbage, etc., mud is dumped into that. So in that particular place, nothing grows. Nothing grows because there is no good soil. So in one such particular place where the minesweepers were berthed or entered port and tied up, that's called berth, or jetties or wharfs. So in one minesweeper area, that's allotted to minesweeper, my last leg of the ships was minesweepers. So in that minesweeper area, it was totally reclaimed. There was a lot of oil in place and all that. Nothing was growing. When we come out of the wharfs, it used to be very hot. So what I took up is, I spoke to my commanding officer, I took up from my own fund, planting 200 trees. So I organized 200 trees, which are pine trees, which are beautiful growing, very large growing pine trees. I brought those trees, and with the help of my colleagues and youngsters, I planted that, and I started watering that thing. So it was my just married days. I was just married. One fine day, my wife asked me, "Why are you coming so late? Everybody comes at time." So I told her, "This is what I'm doing. I'm watering every third day these trees." She was really amazed. So after a few days, there was an opportunity for me to retire from the Indian Navy, and I was called into the Bombay, and then I stood before commander, was in charge of the release. I asked him, "Sir, I want to retire, and I also seek for a computer course, full-time computer course, 1-year computer course, sponsored by Indian Navy, fully paid." I asked for it. He said, he looked up and down at me and said, "Are you sure? You don't know anything about computers?" I said, "Sir, yes, I'm sure. Where do you want to do this?" I said, "Any part of the India." There were courses in Nagpur, Visakhapatnam, and somewhere in Cochin or somewhere in the south also. I told him, "Any part of India, I want to do this course." He looked at up at me. "I am not promising you. Go, let me see what I can do." When I came back to Visakhapatnam, my orders were there. I was sponsored for 1-year computer course, full-time, paid. And I went to Visakhapatnam. I did this course honestly, and I stood first in the entire state of Andhra Pradesh. And I was wondering, how did I get this? I was wondering, but somehow it flashed to me because of the service that I rendered to the Mother Nature. I must have got this. So this is what I would like to share with you, what happens to all of us when we serve the community, serve the humanity without expectations. We can reap the result somewhere else. Next, I would like to throw some light on how do you upgrade yourself. See, the change is constant. Change is always constant. You should always have an attitude towards learning. Learn anything, everything. And learning is, sometimes it is stressful, but when you love that, it is really enjoyable. You should upgrade yourself. As I started my business way back in 1994, I have learned a lot of stuff. See, I was called into the purchase department in Bharat Electronics. I didn't know anything about purchase department. I didn't know anything what quotation is, what performa invoice is, what usance drafts, what is letter of credit is. I didn't know anything about it. I was into the testing department almost for 6 months, and somebody recognized me and my whatever the hard work, everything. They told me there's an opportunity for you to be in the purchase department. Come. I didn't know anything about purchase department. I worked from morning 7:30 to till night 10 o'clock. The last bus used to take off from Bharat Electronics. I worked. I learned a lot of stuff, and it was really telling you. It was few days. It was stressful, but I really loved it, enjoyed, and I've learned a lot of stuff. After I started my business in 1994, each day is a challenge for us, and each day we have to upgrade ourselves in terms of technology, in terms of taxation matters, in terms of deliveries, in terms of customs, excise duty, just name it, it's learning. We can't understand the legal terms, but we have to read, refine the dictionaries, and that's how we upgrade ourselves. See, I as a CEO, if I don't upgrade myself, if I don't learn anything, I'm not able to lead my managers. I'm not who are heading the team. So it is necessary that you all are going to be entrepreneurs, you all are going to be managers in your life, you all are going to be leading people subsequently. So it is something that you should consistently upgrade yourself. So these are the 4 things that I would like to touch upon. How do you prepare yourself to when you go to the industry, whether you start your own business or you go to the industry, you should take care of this. Next, what does the industry need from you? I would like to cover this from the 3 points. Productivity. How soon you are productivity from the day that you step into any organization. And what is your communication? Dr. Ramurthy sir has covered on this. He has mentioned wonderfully. What is your communication skill? Communication in terms of speaking communication, in terms of written communication, in terms of correspondence, in terms of articulating anything that you want to present. You want to present a situation, how do you articulate? You want to present a product, how do you articulate? So the next and the last thing, but not the least, is adaptability. These are the 3 things that I would like to cover. What does the industry need today? Now productivity, how soon you are productive when you step into any organization. As I mentioned to you earlier, you should be focusing on any of the subjects that you want to. Today there are so many subjects. You talk about human science, now you have specialization on heart, anatomy, whatever the excretion systems, whatever it is you have. So similarly in the IT we have very specialization, deep into specialization. So you should be productive in that particular area. I don't expect you to be mastering that. At least be very productive in an overall space, on a superstructure space that you know this subject. But when we talk about virtualization, can anybody share with me how many people know what is virtualization? So I would request that when you enter some area where you have to be heading or leading or being a part of the virtualization team, at least you should have knowledge on little bit of virtualization. So that is very important. In addition to your fundamental, theoretical and college syllabus, you should have knowledge on the industry. So that looks how soon you can be productive, what is your knowledge on the subject that you would be entering. Now next is the communication. It's very important that you see we probably have a problem in communicating ourselves. We have a lot of ideas, but we can't communicate. I'm also involved in agriculture in a limited way with my own interest, and there is an organization called WOOF, that is Worldwide Organization for Organic Farming. We are one of the members of that particular organic farming, and there's an organization and there's an Indian chapter also. There are a lot of students from the range of 17 to 20-25 students who go around the world and come and serve in our farms. When they come and serve, they soil their hands, they do whatever that, clearing the cow dogs or whatever it is that they want to do, they want to experience. And they go back and they articulate their experience so well on the social media, on the internet. It's wonderful. They take photographs, they articulate what did they learn from Indian agriculture systems, how is it effective, how does it help the nature, everything they articulate. So we definitely have to learn this thing. I've heard, the foreigners or the developed countries, even they go to toilet, they document that. They say no action is complete until the paper action is complete, even when you go to toilet. What about us? There are marvelous things that we have, historical things we have not documented to the full extent because we have a communication problem. So we should be having a good communication. I would recommend all the students to have a very good communication in terms of speaking, in terms of presentations, in terms of articulating. So that is very important, that you should have a communication ability, and that is what another important thing, because when you go to a customer from a pre-sales perspective or from a post-sales perspective, the communication is very effective to close in any order. Understand from the customer point of view, what is he trying to communicate. And one more thing that you should also understand, there is an 80-20 policy. 80 means you should listen 80%. And you should speak 20%. That's the secret of communication. When you listen 80%, without any intentions, without anything, with a clear heart, then you will be able to deliver the communications very well. So I would request all of you to improve your communications. And the next is adaptability. See, today it's a challenge today is the technology changes like anything. Today the gentleman who is focusing on one technology, after 6 months he would not be focusing on that technology. Be it any big company, you will be asked to look at the other technology, dump this technology because the technology is outdated, look at the other technology. It may be stressful, but it is really enjoyable when you start adopting yourself to that technology. And this is very common in the industry, whether be it big MNCs, Infosys, Wipros, anything. If you are expert on C++ or expert on something, then you will be asked to look at the MySQL or asked to look at the Perl and PHP. So, you can't be saying that if I do this, focus on this, I will be losing my capability on the technology. No, it is not necessary. The mind power increases when you apply and learn something on the different technology also. The mind power and your capabilities increase in your own area also. So there's no limitation, there's no law like that. You cannot be doing the other thing so that you lose the focus on the other thing. So please have adaptability, and the industry looks this adaptability from you. How soon you can adapt to any changing technologies. And that gives you, if you have a flexible, you have a versatility in adaptability, that gives you very good growth in terms of upward momentum in your own company or in your own whatever that you are doing. Now let me quote my own example, our own example. We started with a very, very small way, our company. We were selling $2 FreeBSD and Linux series. We started with that. We started importing FreeBSD and Linux Slackware those days in 1994 when Linux and Slackware was just coming up. And that was imported for $2 and sold here for a couple of hundreds. And then very soon we started expanding ourselves into an area of virtualization, high performance computing, cloud computing, big data, development tools. I personally did not know anything about how to set up a data center, how to set up a server. We did not know anything. We started learning about it because that's what the industry needed. That is how we had to adopt ourselves. Otherwise, we would have gone down the drain. We would not have been existing. There comes the growth of our manpower. We decided we will build our own buildings. And we built our own buildings. Today, our sales office is around 4,000 square feet, which is built by us. And our training center, data center in Bangalore is about 6,000 square feet. It is built by us. And our Mysore office is around 15,000 square feet, which is built by us. Practically built by us means I don't build it, but I take care of the complete A to Z, end to end. Right from architecture to structure to electrical to networking, everything that I supervise, I subcontract. I stand there sometimes, I take care of that. Besides that, we had to set up our data center in Florida because it was costing us too much to rent a data for our virtualization requirements. And it used to cost us $750 a day. It was a big money way back in 2006 and 7. We decided to set up our data center in Florida. Thereby, we invested a couple of lakhs of US dollars and set up a data center in USA because those days the lease lines, the connectivity was very good in USA. And then we understood that we are paying heavy rents for lease lines, data center, insurance, etc. So then what we said, we set up another data center in Bangalore. So my dear friends, we didn't know anything about this technology, but we were willing to take risk. We were willing to adopt, come what way. So I would request all of you to take challenges, adopt yourself to anything, and there is wonderful results for you. I think this is about it, what you should prepare and what does the industry need. So I would like to share with you briefly what is today's industry happening. There are a lot of changes happening in the desktop areas and mobility. Now the mobiles are talking to clouds. The desktops, you bring your own devices. Anybody in the MNCs like Citrix, where you can bring your own devices and work and carry your own devices because those desktops are talking to cloud. They are talking to cloud server somewhere. So there are a lot of things happening in terms of desktops and mobilities. And your mobile phones are going to be very, very sufficient for you to do anything and everything except few limitations. And today I don't hardly use my laptop because I'm on the move, I handle my mails. I'm on the move, I'm able to give instructions. I'm on the move, I'm able to see what is happening in my Bangalore offices through my CCTVs. On the mobile I'm able to see that. I'm able to have a Skype conference call with my team. So mobility and desktops is increasing like anything. So please understand what is happening on that. The servers, now olden days the servers used to be one server is to do limited to be one operations. Nowadays, with the virtualization coming into the picture, one servers are able to do 10 operations. If 10 servers are put together, they are able to do 100 to 150 servers operations, thereby saving of electricity, saving of real estate, saving of air conditions, saving of administration costs. That is the servers and virtualizations clouds are doing. When you talk about servers and clouds, you see the Bescom gentleman who is a bill collector carrying a handheld device which has a camera and which has a connectivity also to the cloud, and instantaneously he is able to upload whatever the billing readings are. If there is any damages on the meter, if there is any filtrages, he can take a snap and connect to the Bescom cloud server and upload it. And the public cloud and private clouds are making marvelous progress on the server space. So you should be noting that. And on the network side, see, there is the days of hardware network connectivity is gone. I am able to connect all my systems wireless. So networking is another area. Security and surveillance. You know, in the United States and the UK and developed country, everywhere there is surveillance cameras. Everywhere there is surveillance cameras which are connected to cloud, which are monitored remotely. So a lot of things are happening. Internet. Another wonderful thing. In olden days, we used to say, "Dhoondne se Bhagwan milta hai." Hudkudra devre siktane anta heltidvi. If you want to find anything, go to internet and Google it out. Technical, administration, Wikipedia, whatever it is, you just name it, it's available. Go to internet and search. It's wonderful. I want to know spelling and meaning of something. I just type on my Google, what is the meaning of this? I get the spelling, I get the meaning. So such a wonderful things happening on the internet. Then the high performance computing. Now our prestigious institute, Indian Institute of Science, and a lot of defense institutes are doing wonderful job in the high performance computing. We are also contributing to high performance computing where supercomputers are built, where a lot of nodes are connected together for parallel computing, etc. And then last but not the least, the big data. If you talk about cloud, and the big data is very essential now. The RDBMS, the big data is leaving behind the RDBMS, and the big data is taking up because it's no SQL. Those days of SQL restrictions are gone, so the big data is coming up. So this is the today's industry that I would like to cover. So with that, I hope I have given you whatever the points or shared my experience with you all. And I thank the Institute for a wonderful opportunity to giving me share my thoughts here. And I would like to thank Dr. N.R. Sunita ji for giving me an opportunity. Thank you very much.
Founder and CEO
GT Enterprises Bangalore. Sir, on behalf of the three departments, I thank you profusely for having accepted our invitation and speaking very thoughtful words.
ಹೊರಟಿದ್ದೀವಿ.
We are delighted to have